What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? This is Diamond here doing this. Matter of fact, I don't know. I don't know if we can revert back to Diamond or not. I'm kind of cool with it being just DJ. Maybe Diamond on a different platform. So I'll stick to DJ. What's going on, y'all? This is DJ. Um, See that in the background? Yeah, that's Kendrick. He's a part of this conversation too. He just went in the thumbnail. But anyway, happy Monday, y'all. Hope y'all having a good Monday so far. Um, Outside, and these bugs is trying to get me, acting like it ain't gonna be cold out here soon. But welcome to the chat. Happy Monday. I mean, DJ is on the hat, so I might as well be DJ. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Thank you for your view and your like. Um, I'm gonna assume Rob. Don't know. But look, so we are here. It is Monday. Finally woke again. What's going on, German? Thank you for your view and your like, sir. You were the first one with the crown this time. What a surprise. Thank you for being, man, just around like you've been. I appreciate you. Even when I had a hiatus, you came back through, so I appreciate that. Um, Happy Monday, bro, for sure. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it light, man. I'm talking about the music industry and just how some we already know, you know what I'm saying? Please y'all excuse my stash. This is it's a little gang signy right now. It's cool. We ain't worry about that though. But yeah, the music industry is pretty bad, and a lot of people already know this. Most people, I'd say, know this, but a lot of people are in denial. Um, so I will say that I can give you examples of why it's bad for those who aren't sure why, or even why I'm bringing it up. So you have people like me, right, who make music. I write it, I rap it, I produce it. I make my own beats, all that great stuff. So cool. But it's not really about talent in the industry as opposed to it being about who you know. What's going on, Jeff George? Welcome to the chat. I appreciate you. Um, yeah, it's really more so about who you know and what you're going to do to get what you want, right? So, in this industry, in the music industry, it's really all about sacrifices. A lot of people don't realize the turmoil that people are put through once they actually try to go through the industry, and how you have these artists who portray themselves as being larger than life. Big scary guy, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Um, People present themselves as being larger than life. They're these prolific figures who act like they not only are happy but are richer than rich, right? The wealthiest people you'll ever meet, right? Um, so yo, you got some more viewers. Hey, I see that, George. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I know it multiplies if y'all hit the like button. So if y'all hit the like, I'd appreciate that. It helps me out, and it helps me be able to spread news like that to more people, to the masses for the music industry. So I appreciate that. If you hit that like button, and thanks for chatting with me. So whether y'all hanging out or dipping out, if y'all don't mind hitting the like button, I appreciate it. But yeah, it's a lot of corrupt things behind closed doors, and it's like you see these people on TV, and you would think and assume that they have quote unquote made it, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything because you're on TV. And thank you for hitting that like. I appreciate it. That don't mean nothing just because you're on TV and because you are talked about amongst your peers or people who are of celebrity in the higher world, as I call it. Right? It doesn't really mean anything, and it's all more so like a facade. It's a job. It's a hustle. You got people that are well-known artists still to this day that hustle. They're hustling people because it's all a job. It's an industry job. So a person might be like, well, what do you mean they're hustling people? Like, what do you mean? Like, are they not famous celebrities rich? Sure, they're rich. I don't think wealthy is the name for it. I'd say rich. And two, yes, they are celebrity. But one thing I had to remember when it comes to celebrities is that they are still people. So you have a lot of ignorant people out here that will do anything to get attention, and they will do anything to get ahead, especially of you. to keep the rich richer and the poor poorer, and to not really have much of a middle ground. So, for example, right, you have somebody like Drake. Okay, Drake was signed to Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was signed to Birdman, and Birdman was signed to Universal because Lil Wayne was signed to Cash Money Records, which is under the umbrella of Universal Records. So Lil Wayne would make a quarter of what he's supposed to make because Birdman's making half. Universal has the whole pie. Birdman and Cash Money get half of that. Lil Wayne gets half of that, so he gets a quarter. So Drake and Nicki Minaj and all them who were signed to Wayne get an eighth of that. So you got people like Drake, as big as Drake was and is, big as Nicki Minaj was and is, we're only making an eighth of what they were supposed to make. It's not direct. So that's why you have people like them who may have distance between themselves and somebody like Lil Wayne, or may go off to another label because they're not happy because they're not making anything. They're becoming these big global stars that people like and adore and admire, but they're not really making anything from it, if that makes sense. You'll still see videos to this day of Drake and Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj saying, "Yeah, Lil Wayne's my brother, I love him, blah blah blah," but it doesn't really carry through in the music. You know what I'm saying? You don't see Wayne on any Drake records. You don't see Wayne on any Nicki Minaj records, and vice versa. They don't really work with each other. And a person be like, "Well, you know, they travel a lot. I'm sure it's hard to get them together. They're distant." Sure, you can make any excuse you want, but you have to remember and admit too that although they are very, very busy people, they made time for it in the beginning when business was good. When business started to fall, that's when they started to fall out. So imagine not getting paid what you really want to get paid, but you really, really care for the person that signed you, but you know that you are not getting your ends. That's the majority of the music industry, right? So you got somebody like, pretty much all of them are pretty much like that. And that's why a lot of those people signed to them don't really go nowhere. Think of the people that were signed to Drake, right? The Magic Jordans and all of them. You hear from Magic Jordan? Do you know who Magic Jordan is? What's up, Tyler? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Magic Jordan was the group. Those two guys, and they were on this. They're on the record with Drake. The "Hold On, We're Going Home." That's them that's singing. Two white guys, I believe. Now imagine Drake making an eighth of what he's supposed to get. So then Magic Jordan is making half of that. So they were only making a 16th of what they should get, which is nothing. Let's break down the numbers. Let's say that Universal gets $1 million per record, right? So half of that goes to Cash Money and Birdman. So that's $500,000 for Birdman, okay? Half of that would go to Wayne, right? So it's $250,000. Half of that would go to Drake, which is $125,000, and then half of that will go to Magic Jordan, which is $62,500. So you have this huge record, this $1 million record that's making rounds around the world. $1 million is worth $1 million, but you only get 62,500. Yeah, right? That's not good. So when you have a platinum record like $1 million, that's already great because a platinum is platinum. Platinum is $1 million. That's great for everybody. At least you made some good money off of it. But not all records go platinum. So imagine The Weeknd signing to Drake. Now remember, Weeknd and Drake didn't always get along. Right now they're not. There's some beef there. So basically, The Weeknd did not want to make a 16th of what he was supposed to make, as big of a star as he was and is to this day, with the #1 streaming song of all time on Spotify being Blinding Lights. So imagine if The Weeknd had signed to Drake. He would have been done like Magic Jordan or another artist that were under Drake's imprint, because he was under all those different shady record labels. So the music industry is pretty rough, man, especially when you sign a 360 deal. When you sign a 360 deal, you pretty much, a certain percentage of your revenue goes to the major label. So that's pretty much what I just described to you, because you have to think about it too. If you're getting money put back into the label that you're signed to, plus whatever percentage they have, take away from all your revenue, which is your music, your merch, your live shows, all that. They get all that. You're not getting anything good out the deal. Now, the only thing that they do is give you a big advance, which is to put towards your hotels, your travel, your interviews, your music production, getting the right people behind you, all that stuff. That's what it's attributed to. But, or contributed to. But, or attributed to. That's true. Attributed to. So imagine all that. You're not getting no money. It's a shady business, and if you're not doing what people in the high chair want you to do, then they're gonna be funny with your music, right? Biggest example as of late, Drake and the guy behind me, Kendrick Lamar. Remember the big feud they had last year that continues to kind of trickle into this year and probably towards the end of it as well. Remember that? So Drake and Kendrick are both signed to labels that were under the Universal Record umbrella, right? So Drake is like the biggest rap artist, period. Whether you like him or not, whether you agree or not, numbers wise, as far as rap music, hip hop, and R&B, Drake's the guy, right? Number one, above all, way above Kendrick, even. He still is technically above Kendrick, way above Kendrick, right? He signed to the same parent label, so when they were contract negotiating with him, trying to get some type of deal going, Drake wasn't trying to go because they wouldn't try to offer him the right numbers, because they were trying to get him to resign and get a much smaller number than what they've been paying, right? Drake's like, nah, I'm Drake. Why would I do that? And they're like, well, you're the same one that got crushed by Kendrick. So, I mean, your value's kind of gone down. I mean, look at what Kendrick's doing now. But that's all by design because, again, Kendrick is also under Universal. So the label has the power to push whoever's under their label as far as they want. You can be watching this video right now, and the next video would be Kendrick. You can be watching a cooking video, and the next video would be Kendrick. You can be thinking about jumping off of a building and skyscraping and all these different adventures, and then the next video would be Kendrick. That's the power of the major record label. So they can push whoever they want and put it in your face and even convince you that they are bigger than they are and much better than your favorite artist. So they used it as a contract negotiation tactic to try to get Drake's number down. That's what led to the lawsuit, defamation of character. Ultimately, it got dropped, and then we have a spike in plays from Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, which to me is a slap in the face from the label of Universal, because I can guarantee you right now, unless you live on the West Coast, and even then I'll still say, I doubt anybody is just playing Not Like Us like that, just cuz. Like it's on their playlist. I don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe you love the song that much, it was played a million times. Maybe you like it that much where you listen to it to this day. But I can guarantee you, the majority of people, every 10 people, 9 will say, I don't want to listen to that no more. So the fact that it just had a spike in plays, just because they had beat Drake with this lawsuit situation, definitely lets me know that the label's behind the push and plays, and it was like a, hey, we beat you, so to add salt to the wound, let's play this very track that you were against. So, again, it ignites the Drake and Kendrick Lamar feud. So yeah, you got that going on. You got the Young Thug snitching allegations. You got Cardi B's drama with Nicki Minaj. All that is supposed to be top news in hip hop and R&B right now, and it just ain't good. People don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a journalist. I love music. I make music, so that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the music. But all this drama and propaganda and all that, I don't want to. I don't care about that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. But that's all that's pushing our faces is these stories about these celebrities in the music industry who are just people just like us. And I don't know why it's pushed to be something to talk about as news, but there's literally nothing going on in hip hop. There's nothing good. There's nothing crazy. It's just gossip, stories. So that's why nobody cares about the music industry right now. And the worst part is, it transcends hip hop to me. It ain't even just hip hop no more. It's all of it. It's pop, it's rock, all that. It's all become the same propaganda scheme to where nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? It's just about hot takes and who's talking about who wore what to what event. It's bad. And what's worse, on top of that, is if you try to look for a new artist to try to deep dive into it, be like, you know what? I'm tired of all this. I want to try to find somebody new that's good. Most of the time, they sound like everybody else is already out, or they're very questionable. I wanted to check out somebody that just dropped, and I kept seeing his name pop up, and I kept seeing his name. I'm like, I'm gonna check him out. Osama's son or Obama's son. It was something like that. So I Googled him. First thing that popped up is him looking like a baby young thug from 10 years ago with all the weird dressing and the little devil symbol and the clock over one eye. I'm like, you know what? No, no. To where it's like, dang, if there's anybody that's pushed, does it have to be to the industry? You have to sell yourself. You have to be that figure for them. Otherwise, it's hard to get out there. You have to have a really special organic rise to not go through the machine, because that's what literally everybody else goes through. All these other big time people that all of a sudden that were big and all of a sudden are gone. It's because the label uses them for what they can do with them, and then they dispose of them, and now they're walking around looking crazy, or like, oh, I'm not really like that. I just did that to promote my album. It's like, nah. You have the capability of doing that and being like that. I feel like you are. But it's all because the label has influenced it. You have the Lil Nas X's. You got the I Love McConans. You get all these people that have this random rise and all of a sudden nothing. Or just huge, huge bad things. So, yeah. So if you don't like me talking negatively about the industry, look, I'm sorry. But I'm transparent. And to be honest, it's discouraging to somebody like me who would like to break out into the industry to bring people good content, good music, real music, the stuff that people out here in the streets make, that they ain't made it because they ain't getting looked for, they're getting looked over. I love to bring that to the game, change people's minds about hip-hop. A lot of people don't like hip-hop because of what's presented to them. I want to change that and show them what real hip-hop is supposed to be and bring them to my world instead of indulging in the world we live in. So don't look at it as a shot. Look at it as realism brought to your attention. That being said, this is DJ. I appreciate y'all watching. Thank you for the likes, the views, and all that great stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. Happy Monday.